If salary was the path to real wealth, the richest people in America would be the hardest working employees. But they're not. Let's start with a familiar picture. A senior software engineer in Silicon Valley earning $180,000 a year. A medical specialist clearing over $250,000. A corporate manager with a strong six-figure paycheck and steady bonuses. From the outside, these look like financial success stories, but behind closed doors, many of these people are one missed paycheck away from stress. Big mortgages, car payments, lifestyle costs, and constant pressure to keep performing. High income, but very little freedom. Now, contrast that with someone else. Not a celebrity, not a tech founder, just someone who owns a few rental properties, a small business, or a diversified investment portfolio. They might earn less from work, but they control their time. They can slow down without panic. Their lifestyle doesn't collapse if they take a month off. Same country, same economy, very different outcomes. The difference isn't intelligence or effort, it's the source of income. A salary feels safe because it's predictable, but predictability is not wealth. A salary is a linear transaction. You trade time for money. 1 hour of work equals 1 unit of income. No matter how skilled you are, that equation has a hard ceiling. There are only 24 hours in a day, and your body and attention are limited. When you stop working, the income stops immediately. That's not wealth. That's dependency. Let's put numbers on this. According to U.S. labor data, real wage growth over the last few decades has barely outpaced inflation for most workers. Meanwhile, asset prices tell a very different story. The S&P 500 has averaged around 10% annual returns over the long term. U.S. home prices have risen dramatically in many regions. Businesses, equity ownership, and real assets have compounded far faster than wages. This creates a quiet but powerful gap. People who rely only on salary fall behind even when they earn well. That's why someone making $150,000 a year can feel financially stretched, while someone earning less but owning assets feels secure. Salary grows linearly, assets grow exponentially. Now add taxes to the picture. Salary is the most visible and least flexible form of income in the United States. It's taxed before you ever see the money. Federal income tax, state tax, payroll taxes, little room to control timing or structure. Compare that to asset-based income. Business owners, investors, and asset holders often choose when income is realized, offset gains with expenses, benefit from long-term capital gains rates, and defer taxes legally. This isn't about loopholes, it's about incentives. The U.S. tax system rewards ownership and risk far more than employment. Then there's lifestyle inflation. As income rises, spending tends to rise with it. Bigger homes, better cars, more subscriptions, nicer vacations. Research consistently shows that when income increases, spending expands almost automatically. Raises feel like progress, but they often just increase fixed costs. The result is a high-earning lifestyle that depends on continuous income. Miss a paycheck, lose a job, or face burnout, and the entire structure starts to shake. This is why high earners often feel trapped. They can't step back, they can't take risks, they can't pivot easily. Their income is strong, but their flexibility is weak. Now consider a different approach. Someone who uses salary as a starting point, not a finish line. They live slightly below their means, they invest consistently. They buy assets instead of status. Stocks, index funds, small businesses, rental properties, intellectual property. Assets don't care if you're tired. They don't need permission to work. They don't stop paying because you take a vacation. Over time, this creates non-linear income. One good decision can compound for decades. This isn't theoretical. Studies on self-made millionaires in the U.S. consistently showed that most started with regular jobs. Very few became wealthy by salary alone. What separated them was ownership. They used their paychecks to acquire assets that eventually produced more income than their jobs ever could. Here's the uncomfortable truth. A high salary can actually delay wealth because it creates comfort. When bills are paid easily, urgency disappears. Bad financial habits can hide behind a strong paycheck until something changes. An industry shifts, health declines, a company restructures. Suddenly, the illusion of security disappears. Salary feels stable only when everything goes right. Wealth is built to survive when things go wrong. This is why salary is the worst way to get rich, not because it's useless, but because it's capped by time, heavily taxed, psychologically dangerous, and structurally fragile. Salary is a great foundation. It provides stability. It helps you get started. But it is a terrible finish line. The smartest financial strategy isn't to quit your job, it's to stop depending on it. Use salary to fund asset ownership, delay visible success, prioritize accumulation over consumption. Let your money work longer and harder than you can. Because real wealth isn't about how much you make this year, it's about how little your lifestyle depends on your next paycheck.